My name is Ishan Thakkar. I am an associate professor in the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department at the University of Kentucky. We are all aware of probably electronic chips which are used for computing, but what we do is electro-photonic circuits and chips. So the idea is to do things like computing, communication using flow of photons. Photons are, you can say, light particles, and it's electro-photonic because we also need electronics to sort of control or manipulate the flow of photons on chip. So that way we have a hybrid, we can say, electronic photonic circuits on computing chips with which we can actually manipulate the flow of photon, and through which we achieve basic computations and communication. The main advantage of using electrophotonic circuits is to actually reduce the energy consumption of computing, right? So we know that we are basically living through the AI boom and data-centric applications. If you have heard of like large language models, for example, ChatGPT is pretty commonly, popularly known. So it turns out training those ChatGPT kind of models require a lot of data, and we need a lot of electronic chip processing power. So instead of that, the idea is to use photons to achieve those computations. It turns out the flow of photons, like light particles, once you switch a light bulb, the light particles or the photons just flow. This project also has some educational component in terms of advising and training undergraduate and graduate students. The project also basically is covering training for teachers, like middle school teachers and even some faculty. The plan is to basically arrange summer workshops where we will have different presentations and different demonstrations where teachers can come and bring their students also and try to learn about this technology. I was always sort of from my high school studies, I was really fascinated with optics, optoelectronics. I realized that it's not just the communication problem or energy problem of the communication that can be solved with electrophotonic chips. I think computing also can benefit from it, and that's what inspired me, and I started looking into that right after starting here as assistant professor.